Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're really pulling back the curtain on, well, a truly pivotal and pretty devastating event in Panem's history.
We are. We're talking about the 50th Hunger Games.
The second Quarter Quell, yeah. And you should probably forget what you thought you knew.
Because we're diving into a raw, really unvarnished look at survival, manipulation.
Yeah.
It goes way beyond the usual stories.
Absolutely. Our source material for this, it's an incredibly intimate first-person account. It comes from a key participant.
And it reveals these details, these early experiences filled with just shocking realities and so much personal loss.
Things we never really understood before,
Yeah.
right? About the foundations of resistance.
Exactly. These are crucial insights. So our mission today is basically to unpack all of that.
Find the surprising facts, the deeper meanings behind events that literally shaped Panem.
Think of this as your shortcut, really, to understanding the true nature of power, how resistance works, what survival actually costs in that world.
So join us. Let's explore the hidden corners, connect those critical dots.
Okay, so where do we start? District 12 seems right.
Yeah, let's set the stage there. District 12, you immediately get this sense of just harsh reality.
Oh, definitely. Even before the Quell, daily life was just a relentless struggle.
The source mentions Haymitch's mother piecing clothes together from handkerchiefs.
Yeah, literally from handkerchiefs, just so he'd have something decent for the reaping. That says it all, doesn't it?
It really does. And that struggle, it's amplified by the tesserae system.
Right. So Haymitch, he'd taken tesserae for 5 years. That meant 20 slips with his name in the reaping bowl.
20, which is already bad.
But then the Quarter Quell rule comes in double the tributes.
So effectively, it was like having 40 slips.
Exactly, like 40 slips in a normal year. It's chilling.
It shows how the capital weaponizes survival itself.
Yeah.
You know, forcing these impossible choices.
Multiplying the odds your kid ends up in the arena. Just brutal.
And into this bleak setting, we meet some key people. Lenore Dove, for instance.
Ah, Lenore. Haymitch's love interest. She's Covey, right?
Right.
That nomadic group.
Known for their music, fiercely independent. Raised by Clerk Carmine and Tam Amber.
And she dislikes singing in public, apparently. Her throat closes up.
But she can sing those forbidden songs, like The Goose and the Common. There's that hint of defiance again.
Definitely. And that flint striker she gives him.
The one with the enameled snake and bird.
Yeah, where the scales and feathers merge. She says something cryptic, like she wants her pretty with a purpose.
And it does become purposeful later, a tool for rebellion.
It's a great symbol, actually. How these small personal things can become critical. Quiet resistance.
Then there are the other District 12 tributes. Luella.
Just 13, small girl. She calls Haymitch her buddy, like an old joke.
And Wyatt Callow, the odds maker.
Oh yeah, his family runs the Booker boys betting ring. And
Yes.
he's calculating.
Even about Luella's odds. 40 to 1, he says. Just cold.
And their escort, Drusilla, she sounds like quite a character.
A deranged daffodil, that's the description. Lemon yellow officer's jacket, tall hat.
Struggling to manage the reaping chaos? Because it is chaotic.
There's apparently a riot when a boy named Woodbine gets picked. Lenore even tries to intervene.
Almost gets shot for it until Plutarch steps in. It just captures that tension that barely contained anger in the districts.
And this whole reaping scene, it's pure Capitol theater, isn't it?
Totally. It's a display. You've got the massive banner of President Snow over the Justice Building.
Panem's #one peacekeeper.
Then the anthem, Gem of Panem, Mighty City, playing while screens show Capitol Power peacekeepers marching, hovercraft, tanks.
And the mayor reads, the Treaty of Treason.
The surrender terms, basically. It's all psychological warfare.
Constant reinforcement. We rule, you submit, crush any hope.
Precisely. It's not just ceremony, it's intimidation, turning every public moment into a reminder of their control.
And that control, it extends right into the games themselves.
Yeah.
The chariot procession. That's where things get, well, immediately tragic.
Yeah, the District 12 chariot is described as rickety, skittish horses.
And they're wearing these crappy coal miner costumes.
And then the crash. The wheel collapses.
Lila,
Yeah.
she's catapulted out. Haymitch tries to shield her, but
She hits the pavement, dies right there. It's horrific.
it just hammers home the Capitol's utter disregard for these kids. They're just entertainment fodder.
And guess who's right there at the crash site?
President Snow.
In person.
Watching. Haymitch sees him, sees Snow's eyes narrow, apparently fixated on that flint striker.
And Haymitch, in this raw moment of grief and defiance, he spits.
Spits right at some guy in the crowd with mirrors embedded in his face.
And the crowd laughs.
Roars with laughter, apparently. It's a strange reaction, maybe relief, maybe just mob mentality.
But then Plutarch Heavensbee steps in, the game maker.
Yeah, and he immediately starts to spin it, controls the narrative.
Declares the District 12 tributes come off beautifully, makes sure the audience sees nothing wrong.
He frames Haymitch not as a rebel, but as a naughty rascal.
Turning defiance into part of the entertainment. Brilliant in a horrifying way.
It really is. Narrative control is key. And then comes maybe the most disturbing part, the fake Luella.
Ugh, yes. Luella McCoy. A body double, clearly drugged or programmed somehow.
Brought in just to keep up appearances for the cameras after the real Luella died?
Maisley Donner, the other female tribute from 12, she sees right through it. Says, that's not sleeping in my room.
But Mags, the mentor from District 4, she shows compassion, quiets Maisley, gives the girl stew.
Well, Snow apparently plans to send this double into the games.
It's pure psychological terror. Erasing identity, manipulating reality, turning a victim into a prop.
Makes you shudder thinking about the lengths they'd go to.
And speaking of Snow, he has this private meeting with Haymitch later, in the library.
Yeah, and Snow seems unwell. Vomiting bloody spittle. The source hints it might be food poisoning from bad oysters.
Like the illness that killed his parade master? Maybe a little hint of the decay under the surface power?
Could be. And Snow reveals he knows things about Lenore Dove.
Creepily specific things. Like the Covey naming convention ballad name, color name.
Describes her looks, her singing, but twists it, suggesting her plans don't include Haymitch. Mentions her past, clay chants in the fire.
Undermining Haymitch, planting seeds of doubt.
And then he drops the hammer. His mantra, Snow lands on top.
Followed by the threat. If Haymitch defies the capital.
His loved ones suffer a slowest, most agonizing death.
Just devastating. And Haymitch, even then, subtly defies him by emptying a milk pitcher Snow was about to drink.
And Plutarch covers for him, the ambiguity there.
But that meeting, it lays Snow's cruelty bare. It's not just about winning, it's about breaking spirits through terror, targeting loved ones.
That's the real grip of the capital, fear and psychological torture.
Okay, so moving towards the games themselves, it's not all brute force. Alliances form, plans are made.
Right. During training, the prep teams do their thing, transform the tributes, shave Haymitch, trim his nails.
But he insists they leave enough to fight. Needs his claws. Small defiance.
And his mentors, Proserpina and Vitus, they seem pretty useless. University students who didn't get the district they wanted.
But other mentors offer help, right? Like Mags and Wires from District 3.
Yeah, subtle guidance. Wires gives that rhyme. First, avoid the slaughter, get weapons, look for water. Hints of solidarity even within the system.
And this leads to the Newcomer Alliance. A big one.
Yeah, District 12, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They focus on intelligence, unity.
Not just strength, like the careers from 1, 2, and 4.
They actually outnumber the careers 2 to 1. It's a smart strategy against the capital's divide and conquer approach.
And the brain behind a lot of this seems to be BT.
The District 3 victor, yeah, an inventor. And get this, he's forced to mentor his own son, Ampert, as a punishment.
That's horrific.
It is. And BT whispers this plan to Haymitch. Break the arena.
How?
By blowing up the water tank in Sub-A, the control center underneath. He uses a potato battery to show how the arena is just a machine.
A potato battery. Clever. And a fuse hidden in Ampert's token.
It's the ultimate act of subversion, exposing the whole thing as fake.
And Plutarch's role here gets even weirder.
Right. He accidentally lets slip info about the Burms mounds concealing mutt portals.
And then he directly tells Haymitch, blow that water tank sky high. Says, the entire country needs you to.
What does that mean? Is he secretly working against Snow? It's so ambiguous.
Definitely planting seeds of doubt about who's really pulling the strings.
Then you have the interviews. Drusilla's trying to coach them for sponsors, looking for soft-art adults.
But the tributes push back in their own ways. Maisley calls Drusilla a peppermint stick nightmare, slaps her back.
And Lou, the fake Luella, keeps crying out, "You'll murder us," while wearing a snake prop. It must have been incredibly unsettling for the audience.
Pure manipulation on display.
And Haymitch. He plays the naughty rascal.
Refuses to apologize for the Reaping Day spitting. Wants to be naughty, not dangerous.
Like a squirrel stealing nuts, he says, performing defiance subtly.
Sending a message, maybe, to those who could understand.
Which brings us into the arena itself.
Yeah, this place of deceptive beauty. Looks like a giant eye, apparently.
Smooth green meadow, colorful songbirds. very picturesque.
lulling them into a false sense of security.
But it's filled with hidden dangers. Poisonous water,
Kills a bunny, makes Haymitch sick.
electric butterflies with mini tasers, painful shocks as punishment.
And a porcupine mud with lethal quills. It's a cruel, engineered environment.
Designed to torment, not just kill.
Then comes the sabotage, the big act of rebellion.
Haymitch and Ampert's mission into Sub-A to detonate that water tank.
And Haymitch uses Lenore's flint striker to light the fuse.
A powerful callback. That quiet gift becomes the spark of open rebellion.
And the explosion works. He calls it a drowning of the brain, a breaking of the arena,
And then he sings The Goose in the Common for all Panem to hear.
symbolically shattering the capital's control. A huge moment.
But the cost, it's immense.
Yeah.
Many newcomers die in the chaos and fighting. Wyatt is one of them.
Implied he died protecting Lulu, the double.
And Maisie, she dies too, killed by bird mutts.
Her final moments with Haymitch, sharing grape juice, making that pinky promise. It shows that deep human connection formed under duress.
Her token, the bicycle bell, later helps Haymitch find Welly.
Haymitch himself, his survival path is brutal.
He becomes ruthless, takes out the remaining careers, Panache, Silka, Maret.
Uses strategy, poison darts left by Maisie, even the arena's force field.
He kills Silka with an axe before she hits the force field. Maret dies hitting the force field too.
The source says he transforms into a murderous beast. It shows how the games brutalize you.
And amidst all that, there's Welly, a child tribute.
Haymitch finds her, thanks to Maisie's bell, tries to care for her, uses a potato for light, gives her pudding, chocolate.
If Silka kills her, just tosses her head aside, no compassion.
Just a stark reminder that innocence means nothing in there.
So Haymitch wins, but it's, well, a twisted victory.
Immediately followed by manipulation and devastation, he's forced onto the victor's tour.
Has to perform as a suck-up for the capital crowds, endure humiliation to protect his loved ones because of Snow's threat.
And the official games footage, it's completely manipulated.
Heavily edited. The tank plot is erased. The careers look smarter. The newcomer is less unified. Lou is just some girl in live reptile fashion.
The real horrors, like a volcano mentioned, are highlighted. But Haymitch's defiance, his strategy, it's all hidden.
Total reality rewrite for propaganda purposes.
Then the homecoming, which is just horrific.
A final cruel gift from Snow. He returns with the coffins of Luella, Maisie, and Wyatt.
Arrives home to find his house burned down.
And his mother and brother, Sid, gone, despite neighbors trying to save them.
The capital's vengeance is absolute. They leave nothing.
And the final, most devastating blow, Lenore Dove's true fate.
He finds out she wasn't released, wasn't appendicitis.
No, she was imprisoned, likely tortured, murdered by the capital.
It shatters everything left for him. Shows the absolute reach of Snow's vindictiveness.
It's not just loss, it's the systematic destruction of his entire world.
Which brings us to Snow's nevermore threat, that chilling reference to Poe.
Snow essentially curses him, vows that anyone Haymitch loves will suffer that slowest, most agonizing death.
So Haymitch has to push everyone away. Old neighbors like Hattie, Blair, Burdock, to protect them.
It's a self-inflicted isolation forced on him by Snow's terror tactics.
And that leads directly to his descent into alcoholism.
Seeking oblivion with rot gut, bearing the flint striker, that symbol of hope and rebellion at Lenore's grave.
The drinking becomes a shield, maybe? A way to keep people away, protect them from Snow, and maybe drown the memories.
A desperate coping mechanism for unbearable trauma.
And yet, despite all of this, the trauma, the isolation, there's still a flicker, isn't there?
There is. We know he goes on to mentor tributes every year.
Including, eventually, Katniss Everdeen.
So his painful journey, everything he went through, marked by loss and this manufactured reality, it ultimately plants seeds.
Seeds of defiance. It suggests the struggle he started, that fight to stop the capital's tyranny, he continues through others, long after his games ended.
That fight to keep that sun from rising on their reign.
Wow. This deep dive, it really has laid bare the capital's brutal machinery. Snow's calculated cruelty.
And the immense personal cost of even trying to resist.
Haymitch's story is just such a stark reminder of the sacrifices demanded, the psychological scars left behind, when reality itself is weaponized.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? In a world where reality is manufactured, where suffering is entertainment, how do people ever reclaim their own story?
What does Haymitch's journey teach us about those subtle forms of rebellion? The forbidden songs, the flint strikers, the alliances.
And the long, painful road towards any kind of truly free future.
And maybe, What echoes of that struggle, that fight against manipulated narratives and overwhelming power, might still resonate today?
Definitely something to think about.
Something to mull over until our next deep dive.